Hello, everybody. My name is Hans from DFINITY, and welcome to Hacking on the Internet Computer. This is the stream where we show you how to build something on the Internet computer. And this is awesome. This is great. Right now, we're in the middle of our series on, and so if you haven't been following along, you probably want to go to YouTube and watch. We post every one of these on YouTube. So if you're missing one, which by the way you did, and I'll talk about it last week. But last week we had some technical problems. 2 weeks ago we had to skip the stream because I did not have, and last week I had a very laggy internet for some reason. And hopefully this week, everything will go fine. Knock on wood. But hopefully everything will go fine this week. And so what I did last week is I recorded something, and then we really for some reason was like 320p. So you couldn't even see my face, let alone the code. And oh, it's echoing apparently. Okay, I don't know why, but I can speak a little bit less loud. Make this a little bit more personal. And so, what I wanted to say was that if last week what I did, and I recorded like just a small. So we're gonna take 10 minutes to walk through that. But what I did basically was move the engine to be a little bit more, having some DOM and being able to go routing left and right. And so with this, I'm going to move to the next scene. I'm going to move to the code, which is here. And what I'm going to give you a little so I'm working on the clean slate from Journey. But as you can see, it's better if actually I don't. So on April 2nd, which we did episode 3, which was add routing and simple DOM for entries. And so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do a soft reset to the head so that we can see exactly the changes that I made. So let's go ahead and look at what happened. Kill. Let me make this go. Perfect. So the first thing we did was change the dfx.json. We add 053 and I moved to 054. I think last time I did a release notes of 054. We are currently at 055, so after this little resume, I'm going to move to 055. There's not a lot of changes, absolutely nothing under the hood except verbose and some candid internal refactor. So you guys should not notice anything between 054 and 055 unless you pass in like the verbose flag, which exists now, and it gives you a little bit more details, but it's not supported everywhere yet, so we're, development takes time, and we're moving towards adding verbose and for everything. So the support itself. But anyway, last week we moved from 53 to 54, and so that's it. And like I said, so entry. There was an entry list. We moved the file to entry.tsx because it contains more components now than just the list. I'm not doing anything particularly well organized here. I'm just putting every component that related to entry inside the entry.tsx. I would suggest that you put entry list, entry summary, etc. in separate files. But at the end of the day, what we're building is relatively small now. When it grows and it's not manageable anymore, we'll move it to a better system. Another thing that we did was we installed React Router. and React router done. So these should not be dependencies, they should be dev dependencies. Unfortunately, I did not see that until I finished the commit, so I'll move those this week as a result of that. Finally, the app itself, which was only a list before, is now a proper router with a path of /entry/ the ID itself, and then the entry list is /. So if you want to see an entry, you use entry / the ID of the entry, otherwise entry list. Please note that we're using the hash router because the local development web server does not support non-hash routing yet. This is something that we'll do at some point. It's on our to-do list. Next, entry.tsx. So we added an interface for the IDL itself because we don't have typings yet for the IDL. We will at some point, so that journey will be properly typed with the canister /journey. But in the meantime, so an entry is a component that just shows the content and the other, and has a back button to go to /. And it uses, so as usual, we get the router parameters to get the ID. We use the state and for keeping the entry itself, and we just have a loading state to have a progress bar, and then we parse the ID. If it's not finite, that should be a 404 because the entry it means that the well, actually it should be something else. I don't remember exactly which one, but it's a client error because the entry should be numeral. And then we call get, the get function on our canister, which takes a natural ID and returns an optional entry. Optional entries are always now as an array of 0 or 1 element. So we get the first one, we console.log it, we should remove that, we'll do that later. And if there's no entry, so that means that there is an ID not found, so we should have a 404, 403 for this. Otherwise, we set it in our state, and we set the loading to false because we're done loading. If loading, then progress. Otherwise, we show the section, like I said. And the other component that we have is an entry summary. So if you don't have an entry, if you don't use the /entry/1, you're using an entry list, which is basically the 10 latest entries in reverse order. And then we create an order list with each item being an entry summary. The entry summary itself is the slice of until the first carriage return, and by other, and then a link to the entry ID. And that was essentially it. We didn't touch the backend last week. And so if I'm just gonna go here and just reset the branch master to that. And now if I do dfx build, it's gonna build Actually, my mistake, we don't need this. We don't need build like this, but we do need start. Oh, okay. So let's pretend this never happened, because this is an interesting when you have development versions of DFX, and I was using a development version before starting the stream. Normally I check that those things aren't done, but it does happen. Okay, so so we have our journey. We have a few entries, if I remember right. Let's try it. So from the command line, I can call journey list, and then 5. I want to list 5 items. Canister not found. Oh, that's because I Oh, this is unfortunate. We need to figure out better, but basically because I rebuilt, I recreated a new ID, and now when I was doing canister, the new ID was used. So let's new entry. Let's okay. Up. Let's create a few entries. So I have one entry, second entry, and I'm gonna create another one, which was this. Okay, so now if I use list, I should get 3 entry, a record of the first one, a record of the second one, and a record of the third one. There you go. All right. If I take this number here, which is my canister ID, and I go to localhost / canister ID, this one. There you go. Whoops, that's Candid. You guys should know about Candid. If you don't, we will visit it later. Just give me a yeah. Okay. So we see the 3 entries in reverse order. That was all done by the backend. The ordering did not matter to the frontend. And now if I view, I do /entry/1. If I go back, I view entry/3. If I do 4, it's gonna fail. You would think so. There you go. Oh yeah, error ID not found. So everything kind of works. Yay! I'm not. So this was the state that we left after last week. It was a little bit of soul searching. If I can describe it in 10 minutes, probably could have been done in a little bit of an hour. Okay, so let's see. The next step would be, let's see. There is a new version of DFX, so I should do it. And then there is a new. There was an error. No, there was a console.log that was a little bit too much. So now I don't need that. And what we're gonna do today is create a UI, create new entries. So this should be relatively simple. We're gonna create a component for it. So what we're gonna, well, first what we're gonna do is add a new route for it. So this should be in order of. So let's do new. And new entry. There you go. And new entry is gonna be here. It's gonna be a component, so capitalized, and there you go. Okay, so what does my editor? Oh yeah, type is void because I do not return anything. So new entry. Okay, as the new entry will have a slash, which will be cancel. So div and so I've never done forms in React, so let me check a little bit how this is supposed to be done. Oh, this is an old tutorial, I guess. So enter your name, blah blah blah. Oh, okay. I think I'm supposed to use states for those. So content set content equal use state const. Well, the other for now is going to be Hans Larsen. We'll manage a list of other later. And then why do I have so much trouble with this? Oh, some people made some sweet little hook for this, but I don't really care about it. So, okay. Actually, that's form name equal new entry, and then text area content. Let's just do it simple, really. I think I'm supposed to say value and on change. I think I'm supposed to do something like this. That value. And why XML as an antibody? Yeah, thank you. I knew that. All right, let's this build. Sorry, copy pasting hard. Okay, what's going? Oh, I need to install. I need to install 055 because I don't have it, or not. So, apparently there is a file not found. No such file or directory. Let's see if it's a bug with 055, then I need to file a bug. Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna file a bug. Issues, new issue. Okay, so 4920. All right, just simple for now. I'll investigate. If you guys face this bug, I guess revert back to 054. There should not be any difference really. There was nothing in the release notes for this, so I don't know what happened. In any case, so okay, we were doing so great. All right, installing, calling. This can be annoying, by the way, if you're using. That means the other version than my global, and that means I should update. I really should update, but it works. So I'm gonna try to figure out why the bug happens. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna disable the version check warning. So warnings are very manual. Okay, so this works. Yeah. Content. All right. I like it. So cancel returns there. Sorry. And then break. I mean, text area should be its own. We need to CSS this whole thing, but honestly, I think I'm gonna do CSS off stream just because it's boring to see somebody code CSS. But it would be so much nicer if we could like enjoy it visually. But if you guys want to see me code CSS for an hour, I mean, I've worked on the material team before, so I know CSS. It's not a problem. It's just I know it's also boring when you do it. Okay. So on submit equal, let's just say submit. Yeah, actually, good idea here that we could use a library like Bootstrap or something like that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll figure out something. I'll think about it. I might still do it off stream. See me do that. But yeah. So on submit, it's easy. Journey.new entry. And the new entry takes the content and the other, if I remember, .then console.log. Then would be, how do you navigate? Yes. Only Visil is saying that I should have a second stream that's only about saving. It's me writing CSS with classical music in the background. You know what? I have a fireplace in this new place. I could even put like a nice fire behind me, and then like on my laptop with headphones and calm music, and some soothing rain in the background. Oh my god. It's rain season here in California, so there is a lot of rain these days. It's so nice. Okay. Yeah, how do you submit stuff in React router navigate? What I'm trying to do is navigate using the React router. Programmatically navigate using. There you go. So save user. Oh, that's cute. So if done, oops, return. Oops. There you go. Done is going to be a state, of course. Oops. What? My key map is weird. Okay. Set done true. Oh yeah, set in progress, saving. So saving is going to be another one. Saving. If done, if saving, return progress. Oops. Yeah, just, you know. Okay. Now I can do this again. Okay, seems like I have an entry now. So if I go here, okay. Of course, we haven't put a link, but hello, this is a new entry. Enter. Oh boy. Button. Whoops. Submit. Wait. Oh, that's funny. There's no break though. I would have thought there would be a break somewhere. Oh, because I don't have the. Oh, that's okay. That is okay. Because I made some changes anyway. So div here. Let's put everything in a div. Submit. There you go. All right, let's take the 5 seconds it takes to build. And install 8. And now we should have a better interface. Might want to revisit that. New entry through the UI. It works. It works. It works. That just shows how. There you go. Yes. Oh. I inverted. See, that's what happens when you don't have typing. I inverted the other and the content. There you go. Okay. All right. So the next step. What is the next step? At this point, honestly, I'm a little bit low on features. We can have a list of others. Oh, well, we should probably add in the main app a new link to /new entry. Okay, so last time, and then after that, we're going to move to something else. Like having multiple authors. Let's do some backend. Yeah, let's do some Motoko. We just love Motoko. Love it. It's great. There you go. So, I can view this. This is great. New entry. Oh, yeah. I probably want to have some breaks here. Anyway, new entry. Cancel. New entry. Hello world. This is great. There you go. Hello world is here. Yeah. All right. So I think there's multiple things that are missing here in the backend. So if we're going back to Motoko, oh, by the way, there is a VS Code. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you that. Tell you guys that. So code. I don't use a VS Code, so it's possible it asks me to update because yeah, February. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Wait. I don't know. Downloading. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is the VS Code extension for Motoko. DFINITY Foundation. Wait, who is that? Huh, nice. From the DFINITY Foundation itself, we have the official Motoko language service. This is enabled, so let's restart anyway. Let's get it. Okay, we're in April, you silly code. All right, so now if we go to main, we should have, yeah, we have beautiful. Not only that, I think we also have, yes, we have some kind of code completion. So you can see that it's green, you can see that this is blue, and you can see that so this is alive for now. We verbatim copy the text in the HTML, so that's super bad even because there's no break, new lines. But in any case, what we're gonna do is the title. We're gonna add a title. So I think I'm gonna use VS Code a little bit because Christian worked on this really hard and he did a super great job. And I just want to tell you guys, like, go say hi to him and go say thanks. He's definitely deserving to be thanked for that extension. It works really well. My only wish is that we add something in IntelliJ because I'm using IntelliJ. But oh my God, Christoph. And to yeah, and well, yeah, basically. Okay, so sorry, I'm doing a search here. So I just want to point out his Twitter account here. So it's Chris Creek here, Christopher Jamin. Go in and say that you love him. We might have a few people on stream, but appreciate it. If you guys ever worked in open source, you know that like criticism is plenty and praise is lacking. So if you have 5 minutes and you use VS Code, that you like him because the extension is awesome. All right, the title. So, oops. Title, which is a text. And now the problem is going to be that, yeah, exactly. So as you can see, we have like expression of type cannot produce expected type, title text. So title equal title 0. Well, actually, let's do something nice here. So here you go. Title equal title 0. There you go. See, the little squigglies went away. That's how you know you're doing real coding. And Do I have anything else here that I should probably... No, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So now in the entries, so what we're going to do is going back here. Going back here. Thank you. And we're going to go... Author is still me for now. But what we're going to do is an entry itself, do. Oh yeah, there you go. In the type itself, I need to update the type. Oh yeah, a little note is that natural numbers. Oh, apparently I'm skipping a lot now. I'm not sure why. Let me check. My bandwidth seems to be okay. So let me see. I'm doing if I ping Google. Yeah, I lost a little bit of bandwidth. I don't know. I'm not sure why. Oh my god, yeah, it's gonna skip a little. Oh, apparently it's fixed now. I'm not sure. I'm wiring this network, and it takes a long time because walls are old. But as soon as I'm back on wire, I'm gonna get like basically infinite bandwidth at that point. As far as Twitch goes, maybe one day I'll stream in 4K. Who knows? In the meantime, let's go back to adding titles to our blog entries. So, okay, so entry.title. There you go. And this should be in bold. No, actually, this should be in H1. Because we want people just... And you can tell that my I'm not used to VS Code because my key mapping is all messed up. But hey, it works for now. Okay, entry summaries should have the title in H1. So entry.title. There you go. And when you create a new entry, you should have a title. So we should do title, new entry, and then title here should be input of type text, value equal title, and on change equal ev set title target that value. There you go. That looks right to me. Do we have everything here? Entry summary as it. Entry as it. So let's DFX build everything and see if this works. Okay. All right. Too few arguments. First title. There you go. That's because I didn't have my. I was missing an argument in my call here. Oh, actually, I'm missing an argument everywhere. So, yeah. So, wait, title was the second one? No, title should be the middle one, yes. And then title. So you see how like everything integrates together, right? I just have my my function here, and I basically just call it here in script, and I can even go further and just like make it explicitly set dot. There you go. So I just call my function. It returns a promise, and then I just wait for it to do my code. So this is very, very simple to integrate between the client and the server, basically. And this is exactly how we want it to be. We want, you know, people what kind of backend they're using. We just want them to use it. Oh, that's awkward. I'm just because well, I can't use I could use async await. Wait, let's do this here instead. I could use async await here. Okay. It's just that I don't have the lib for it, so I'm targeting ES5. Wait, what was the message? An async function in ES5 requires the promised constructor. So let's aim 2015 because because I don't want to bother too much about that. My browser supports ES 2015, even if yours doesn't. I mean, the only one that really does it is ES Internet. And I don't think we care too much about that. So we got here, and then we got the title, line, new entry, some content, and there you go, new entry, some content by Hans Larsen. I can view it, I can go back, I can click everywhere. Look at that, everything works. So yay. So for the last 15 minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to have a collection of others. So we're going to start making an other type, which contains an ID and will be referred to the ID. Contains a name. Contains I don't know, some kind of description, I guess. And then we'll add later to it, but refer to another as an other and not just the text, because we're gonna start doing like can write, you know, can read, you know, those kind of things. So really, it's not actually a user. And this here is going to be a joint. Yes, I think it should be a joint, a join. Text. Okay, so public func list authors async. There you go. So we're adding, wait, did I? Yeah. Okay, so users, oops, order, and then list users, return a list of users, of course. So var users, nothing, and then users dot, wait, no, that's not how it works. Array that happened of type user, new user, so ID 1. Name Hans Larsen, and a description. So we at least have one user, you know, only user for now. Whoa. Yeah. So. Huh. Unexpected token 1. Oh, because that's what happens when you work too much in JavaScript. You start doing JavaScript stuff. There you go. That's better and more Motoko-ish. Okay. So, let's see. Instead of the author not, instead of being author text, it's going to be a join key here. And then I'm going to have to list the users. So this is not the type is an array of users and not user array. And basically I'm just returning users here. And every separator is a oh yes, users, and then adding a new user, right? I'm adding 2 users, I'm appending and then I'm setting it. I don't know why I'm doing this actually. It seems simpler to just do this here. Just put it there. This will fail expectedly because I'm still passing the string, so it's going to be invalid type. But that's okay. We're kind of fine with that. There you go. Unexpected IDL type when parsing NAT. Canister call. What we want to do is list author. Wait, is that list users? That doesn't exist. Okay, so my ID is 1, and so when I'm calling new entry now, I have to add 1 as the the other title content, and if I refresh this. Oh, something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because I have a different type of author now, which is so we need to change this type here. Author is now a 2 number, and so it's gonna be it's a big number, so we use big numbers, but because we don't have the type here in our own library, we cannot use big int. So if you guys want to know why we cannot use big int, please talk to Apple if I remember, because Safari is the only one that does not support big int yet. We wouldn't mind so much about Edge and IE because we use other things like crypto that is not natively supported by them. But big int is a problem, and I wish we could just support it. But we're gonna have to deal with having incomplete types and using a library for now. There you go. And interface user IDL, which is whoops, why am I back in here? I should be in here. IDL is of ID, so ID. we'll do a better job of doing the typing soon. And description string. There you go. So I3 entry IDL. Yeah. Okay. And so problem. N3.author. I mean, it shouldn't be that much of a problem, should it? To number. Maybe that's just what it takes. It should show like 1, 2, 3, and just, you know, it's kind of bad, but hey, it's kind of bad, but at least it should show something. But right now it doesn't. So right now it bugs, and so it's our duty to figure out why. Okay, new entry. Oh, submit. There you go. By 1. There you go. That works. Probably because there's no toString for number, for big number. I'm not sure. I don't know. Is there still bugs here? There is none. So this works. Now, let's see. The thing that remains would be to make the mapping between entry and user. So let's do that. So what we're gonna do here is that author takes a nat. That's expected. That should be it. List should list entries, but get should get an entry with the author in it. Should it? I think so. Okay. Well, the question I would have is, if I put user here, am I blowing up my memory by having a copy of user? And I think so. I don't think it's going to reuse user, a bank of users with pointers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this internal entry, and I'm going to public type entry, and that one is going to be. So you have to think a little bit differently about these kind of things. So author is a user. Basically, all our public API will return entries, but internally we'll store entry with the internally we'll store entry as an internal entry. So internally we store the join key author to the author list. And so externally through our API, there you go. So entry here, of course that's not going to work anymore, but that should be internal entry anyway. Type internal entry equal types. There you go. This is, there you go. So these are all, and okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna yep, cannot produce type of, but let a equal e dot author, and it's going to be array dot. Look at that completion. I don't need to open the file anymore. Find. Oh, do I have, nope, I don't have, but anyway, authors, and then I think it's a, en, well, let's call it I dot id equal, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not internal entry. UTF-8 encoding, what? Oh, okay. And this returns an user. And this is a user, sorry, this is a user. There you go. So let's call it u. This is optional anyway. No. A is optional, so okay. So I still need to go to this here, which I can do using F12. Oh, my mistake. My mistake. Author first. There you go. And then returns a, oops, yeah. That's supposed to be a bool. There you go. Can I just do this? I don't think I can. I don't remember. Normally I just declare my func here. Can I do, is that how it works? Okay, you know what? If all else fails, look at the error. I have 2 minutes left, so I have 2 minutes left, so I'm just gonna fix this one real quick. Whoops. 47 unbound variable authors. So authors is bound users, of course. That's better. And then can I, you know what? Wait, what? Func f predicate. Predicate. I'm trying to find the predicate itself, the user for the entry, and so return. Whoops. Well, so I'm returning an entry on a list. So basically, what I need to do now is having e dot id, so id equal, and then author equal a. And then author, and then title equal e dot title. I think there is a dot 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 syntax we might be exploring next time. There you go. So expression produces user, but it's, yes. So author, there should be an or here somewhere. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat a little for now and just say that author is a optional user. And expression of type internal entry, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do is basically just redo this here. So let e equal, and then find the author for that. But that's okay. Oops. So basically what I'm doing right now is I am moving from having a natural author ID for the user that created a blog entry to having a public entry which is which contains the type user. So everywhere where I return an entry, I need to a list of the author for that entry and return the entry itself instead. There's a little bit more logic in here. So, okay. So yeah, there you go. I'm still not sure why. Oh, to do like a if entry, but essentially it's going to be a switch, I think, case. I'm not sure. Okay, switch E. Yeah, I would have to look. Unfortunately, I would need to look at the list. So I'm gonna go over for 5 minutes. I'm gonna just look at our linked up. If you guys need any kind of like good source for Motoko's example, then linked up is definitely up there. It does have profiles already, so on thing is optional in there, but yeah, exactly. So like there is a return type of, there is a profile concept in there, so that's super useful for people who want to look for So essentially I'm just looking at okay, so I just found what I was looking for, which is switch, and if I case existing, so case null. So if something is not existing, it's null, so return null. There you go. And I actually don't really care about that. Let's see if, yeah, do not cover type. So separating statement, E. So let's just do this. And now return this. So what I'm doing is I'm switching over the value of find. If it's a null, I return null, which is basically no entry. And if there is an entry, I name it E internally, and then I return it. Cannot produce type entry. Oh, wait, no. That should be okay though. Yeah. There you go. So there you go. So it works. Otherwise, I return an entry, a value with the author here. I should move this code. This code needs to be like somewhere a little bit better, but yeah, for now this will work. So I'm gonna install it. I'm gonna look. If this works, this is a good breaking point for us. I'm gonna go over just 5 minutes, but essentially, yeah. So title, content. So there is a problem with the author somewhere. Oh, toNumber doesn't exist, right? toNumber is not a function anymore because whoops. Because we actually did a great thing is that we simplify. Instead of getting this, we get a user IDL. And if I have author toNumber, I actually want name. So again, I move all the logic, the external API logic. I separated the API logic with I separated the API logic that contains a user from the internal logic that contains numbers and join. So this should work now. It does. By no name, unfortunately. So I'm not sure what happened there. If I here, so ID is 1. And when I create an entry, do I call it with 1 or do I call it with 0? 1. So DFX, let's do call journey 1. There you go. And then I'm going to call list. Oh, yes, I need some number. So name. Oh. So you know what happens is that I think I'm just not doing it at the right place either. So summary is the one here. So it should be entry.name. Author.name. That looks undefined to me. So let's see. Name is a text. If I go to the output, the build output of the journey, and I look at the canister, not the canister ID, sorry. The main.did, I can see that user as a name of type text. And so if I go to the main.did.js, which is the JS version of that, I can see that it has a name.text. So my next step would be to console.log entry. Just do this. Or I can be a little bit clever. Oh, I'm not going to be clever. I don't like clever people. If you write code as clever as you are, you're not smart enough to debug it. So it's best to keep it simple, even for yourself. Okay. My console, I'm going to do new, submit this. And of course, because it's an optional, it's an array. Array doesn't have a name, so name is undefined. Okay, so can I use this? I know I can version of TypeScript 3.8. Yeah, I'm not sure I can use the Elvis operator, but author is going to be a single optional user IDL. There you go. So now I think that works. So let's try it, right? We're almost there. As soon as this works, there's a lot of trial and error in these streams. It's like real doing something. There you go, Hans Larsson. Yay! It works. So next, what we're gonna do next in 2 weeks, 3rd. As a first step, we're gonna put this video on YouTube, unedited, And then we're gonna in 2 weeks, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this, we're gonna add actual like login, if we can. Should we? Not yet the logging, but a what do I want to do? I wanted to do something. There was something I wanted to do. Well, I guess we're gonna check that an author is have time. We're gonna check that the principal ID, which is the user that's making the requests, actually have access to that user. So we're gonna do some basic scheme of identification and authentication, and make sure that only people who have access to create block entries will be able to do that. So in case you missed today or this video is going to be on YouTube hopefully next week, and we're going to see you for the next stream on April 23rd. And until then, I wish you all a happy time, and I hopefully stay safe, stay far away from viruses, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye.